Nathan, it was one of those today. They're maybe bottom of the league, but they didn't necessarily look like it at times. It was probably all about the points after last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a business end of the season. It's very result orientated, and we got the 3 points, which was a pleasing thing. That's the most important at this stage. I think the nature of the game, the way in which we started and took complete control of the game, it would have been good to sustain that and to take the game away from them. But football's football. You don't take your chances, and then the opposition grow in confidence, and it gives them hope, and that's what we'd seen. And fair play to Hucknall. They never give in, and they made it difficult for us.
You were all over them in that first half, that first 20 minutes particularly, and the game could have been done and out of sight. So I suppose the frustration is that you let that goal in just before half time and then sit off a bit for the second half.
Yeah, it's football, isn't it? You don't take your chances. You make it hard for yourselves. Not to take anything away from Hucknall, but we was in the ascendancy with total control and missed chance after chance after chance. Probably could have come in at half time, should have come in at half time, at least 4 goals up. And they scored just before half time. And so, it's a big learning curve for us that, if we don't take our chances, then that's what can happen. And we've seen that first half.
We was particularly impressed with Lenny first half, although he probably will be a bit frustrated that he missed 2 or 3 of those chances. What was the thinking behind bringing him off second half? Because it seemed to lack something up top once he came off.
Yeah, well, I think the game second half, we just wanted to inject some energy, and we wasn't getting that on the pitch. And so then, you have to try and manipulate that through your substitutions. I think with Len, he ran really hard. He got into good areas. He took his goal well. We've obviously got one eye on Wednesday as well. We trust the squad. Akil's on the bench, which, he started prior to his injury last week. He started in every game. So, it was a like for like. And he still offered us something off the bench. I just don't ever think that we got the tempo where we wanted it to be second half. And when the game's flat, it's really hard to then generate that momentum again. I think that we lost momentum just before half time, and it was very hard to then pull that back. So yeah, got to be pleased with the win and the result, but certainly, we look at our performance and based on how we finished the game, it kind of fell on those chances that we had early on that we didn't take. Then it made us, it made a game really difficult.
Fair to assume that you wanted more second half, because we were trying to decide whether we got a bit more defensive by design or whether it was just something that had naturally happened.
It naturally happens. Look, in football, if you don't take your chances, you'll see it on the match of the day tonight. You'll see it in the Premier League at every level. You don't take your chances, it puts pressure on the back players. Then you become negative in your play at times. Because it's flat and there's no real tempo and flow to it as well, it's very hard to get it going. And then you end up playing the scoreline and playing the clock. And that's what we did. And it became a really long 25, 30 minutes for us in that second half. But, we said to them in there, and no disrespect to Hucknall, but we said you can make it as easy or as hard as you want. And today we made it difficult for ourselves.
I thought fair play to Hucknall. They're at the bottom of the league, but they don't look like it. Really good go there.
No, they're a different team in recent weeks. Brought a few players in from step 4, and they're fighting for their lives. And full credit to them, they've come over. No team's going to roll over and die. And although we started on the front foot and aggressive, they shown real character and made it competitive. But when we look at our running, this talk about us having the easier running. There's no easy game, especially this stage of the season. Every game's a cup final, and that's got to be our mentality too. We need to go into every game like it's a cup final, because it is. We want to get to where we want to be. We've got to win games of football. So yes, I'm pleased the fact that we got over the line and got 3 points. That's really important. But also, I'm demanding of them as well, and I know Paul and Tom are, and Big Greg. So. We, as much as we are pleased that we'd got the 3 points, especially off the back of last week, which was a real low point for us in the levels that we got to, I feel like we would have took that before the game today. But we're always looking at how we can improve, how we can get a 90-minute performance in our game.